Welcome to Tales from the Streets. Here's what our narrator has to say. Our people have a saying, Kojumaribi, Bogwara Logwe, meaning, if you have no wish to behold evil, you should avoid it by every means. You must not walk with it, or talk to it, or be found near that evil. Me, I made the mistake of doing the opposite when I married Muyiwa Olasheyi for 4 years. I'm 48 years old. So you know I was not born yesterday. I have been married once before, but my husband died many years ago. So 4 years ago, when I thought I would never even get involved with anyone, I met Muyiwa, who at that time was just 51 years old and was a businessman. We did the Nikai and then later the court wedding. Look at my photo on the phone. This was taken just last year. See how robust I looked. See how clothes sat well on me. But look at me today. Can you believe it's the same person in the photo talking to you? Well, this is how I got here. Sometime last year, I started going to the mosque not too far from our house for Jumat. I got friendly with the Alfa because I liked his style of preaching. I wanted him to meet my husband because even though both of us are Muslims, Muiwa doesn't like going to mosque regularly. In short, he doesn't take Islam seriously. So I wanted the Alfa to talk to him. One day, Alfa said he sensed that Muiwa's business was not doing well and that he could help him do some ritual for business to come. He was right. In fact, things were very bad. So bad, my husband was not even going to his shop anymore. He is a printer at Ilupeju. When I told him what the Alfa said, he became interested and said I should invite the Alfa to our house. I did. They spoke for some time, and after that, the Alfa would visit and bring some concoction for Muiwa to drink or bathe with. And he did as instructed. A short while later, things began to pick up in his business. That was when he and the Alfa became tight friends. They started discussing things that they wouldn't even let me know about. One day, my husband said Alfa asked him to buy a casket for money ritual, but he didn't want to buy it. I said, why won't you? After all, you have seen what this man can really do. You have seen his work. But he was reluctant, so I begged him to obey the instruction. Later, he said Alfa told him the coffin should be placed in a room where only him will enter. I was a little afraid. I mean, what is the meaning of this? A room where only him will enter. I was a little afraid and I said, okay. After all, when money comes, I too will enjoy from it, right? Remember I told you my husband and Alfa became tight friends. Home and give me things to drink, concussions, as the wife, so that my destiny would also work with my husband. They would say it is to help my husband's star rise. I began to drink those things. And after some time, I was really not myself again. In fact, I stopped my market at that time. I was always home because it was as if I was in a trance, as if my environment was not real, as if I was always in a dream. My body was doing one kind. One day, Alfa came to meet me at home. He began to behave funny. When a man wants to have his way with you. I remember trying to resist him, telling him my husband will soon come home. But he said I shouldn't worry about my husband, that my husband knows what's going on. It didn't make sense, my sister. I was feeling one kind. I told you I wasn't myself. It was as if I was under some powerful force controlling me. Before I knew it, we were in our bedroom. My clothes were gone. Alfa was on top of me and doing it with me. in my mind, far, far away, I knew this was wrong. What sort of thing is this? I thought as I looked up and expecting to see my husband's face, but it was the Alpha's face I was seeing. I could not fight him. I could not even shout. What sort of dream was this, I thought. Then he got up after he was done. And I was just lying there looking. He dressed up and left. I couldn't believe what had just happened though. But my body felt used, you know. My body felt that somebody had used it. So even if my mind was deceiving me that this was a dream, my body knew somebody had used it. There was sperm all over my thighs and on the bed. So quickly, I managed to get up. I cleaned myself and changed the bedsheet before my husband came back. Tell me, my sister, how do you tell your husband that his friend Alfa came and raped you in your own house? Me, at my age. Shame and fear did not let me open my mouth. Alfa came again, the following day. I had the same feeling that he was not really there, but he was also there, you know. That it was as if my husband was the one having sex with me. But after he was done, there was the same sperm on the bed and on my legs. Third day, same thing. That was why I knew I was in trouble. Is this how this Alpha will be coming to have sex with me every day? And even at this time, it was as if I was losing my mind. I had become emaciated and I wasn't eating and sleeping well. So I ran to my sister's house at Ekpaja. It was at Ekpaja I told my sister and her friend what had been happening to me. And that was when everything was exposed. They took me to report the Alpha and my husband to the police because it was obvious to me both of them wanted to use me for ritual money making. I mean, look at the casket in the house and all the concoctions they've been giving me to drink. I had begun to lose my mind gradually, that I even stopped going to the market. And it was during all of this time that the Alpha came to have sex with me. What does that tell you? The police went to arrest the Alpha. They arrested him and accused him of giving me poison. But my husband ran away. They couldn't find him to arrest him. It was later at the police cell that the Alpha told the police that he had a cure for me. He promised to get me some herbs that would make me feel good again, make me feel myself again. Although I was still afraid to take anything from the Alpha. My people said maybe indeed he has a cure. Because I tell you, I have been to hospitals and they say they don't know what is wrong with me. I had no choice but to take Alpha's concoction again. Believe it or not, I began to get well after that. I began to eat well, though I'm not fully recovered. But inside, I know, inside me, I know relief. As for my so-called husband, he resurfaced when they told him I was well. He came back to accuse me of sleeping with Alpha. Can you imagine? Anyway, that is why I have come to court to dissolve the marriage. I am done with him. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.